Welcome to Module 6. This one's 2 weeks, and it's going to end with the final exam being very quickly followed upon it. As far as this module goes, here's the deal with it. This exam is two very different things. One is kind of just everything we've done to a certain degree has been what's called the analytic tradition. It's kind of a way of doing philosophy in which you take a belief or an idea and you try to defend it using logic and reason. And there are other philosophers that are more kind of out of a literature tradition, like Sartre and others. They're called existentialists. And existentialists basically, it's not that they don't believe that it's not that they're not concerned with these questions, but they largely are concerned with more questions about how to live your life, what's the purpose of life, how should you live it, and they're not as much concerned about who is God or what is God. Maybe they're concerned insofar as that affects how you live your life, but they're not concerned about it in the sense of that they're playing games with what is God. Now, there's kind of a big divide in philosophy. There's analytics and there's existentialists. They both are philosophers. I'm out of the analytic tradition, and I love the analytic tradition, but I also enjoy existential philosophy. Existentialists, oftentimes, that's where they focus on. That's what they think is most important. But they also like doing analytic philosophy too. It's not one or the other. But those who are existentialists tend to have a very different approach, have a very different way of looking at philosophy. We'd be remiss if we didn't at least look at that on a basic level. What is existentialism? What are they trying to do? So we'll do that, very brief lesson on that. Then we will have kind of the wrap up for the course. Instead of doing these each as like 2 1-week lessons and just all together 2 weeks, you can kind of do it all at once. There'll be one exam putting together both those concepts. And the second one will be basically, why is philosophy important? Why is this kind of critical analysis of these things important to us as people? And so that's what that lesson will do. As far as that goes, that's what that will do. We'll probably watch the Milgram video about a psychologist who was trying to figure out why like Nazis would participate in something so horrible, how they could justify it in their minds, even though these were normal, ordinary people who just served in the military, the German military, and then committed atrocities. And he wanted to know, are we capable of this? And I would say yes, we are so capable of it. Soldiers still do this even in the U.S. Army, U.S. military. And so what I have is I have a discussion board after you've read and learned about that, where you kind of ask this question about the likelihood of this happening. You know, can we challenge our assumptions? Things like that. And that's about it. After that's done, you will want to immediately move on to doing the final exam. The final exam is a written final, so you'll probably want to take a look at that and work on that. Beyond that, good luck with this final module, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out and ask them.